The only white boy you know who did it.
God gon' come with safety. The only time I'm safe is when I'm dangerous. Posted in the 30 with this 30, tryna leave with brainless. We still in the jets, exactly where them boys say we ain't hanging. Put cheese on my head, I come collect that shit. You think I'm playing? Trouble hop out bustin' at it, brother. Miss you know I'm hitting. We got O's and Bo's in here, and we got wood cook in the kitchen. If I say go get 'em, they go get 'em. Young boy fingers itching, fingers squeezing on the trigger. They heard all them glitch. Money man, I run it up. If I fall off, I'm poking shit. Told that bitch quit asking questions. I hate all that notice shit. We send shots the whole year round, no ring around the road and shit. My little bro, he makes it vanish. He with hocus pocus shit. Chopper bust, they hit the ground. It's too many sticks around. We known to get greasy, pussy. Don't you have your bitch around? Switch up on this bitch. I catch them deep, get a whole click around. Put us in the mission, shit that we ain't do. We spinning now. Bitch keep trying to tell me slide. Then she trying to set the pick. Other hoes been tripping, texting my bitch on that messy shit. Left a bro out there with his brains out. Yeah, that's that messy shit. Bought another Glock. Let's catch a op so I can test the bitch.
Hello. What's good, everybody? Hello. If you haven't already, smash that like button, y'all. Hit the sub button. Join our membership program. We love you over here. Great community of people. No slouches, no snakes involved. How are you guys doing, man? I appreciate the time you have to come spend it with me. We're going to have a little bit of enjoyment today. Not the enjoyment I want to have yet. But, you know, a little bit of enjoyment, man. We have a membership goal over here. We have membership program over here where we do a monthly giveaway to only our member. The members gang is the only ones that can win that giveaway. So if you're not a member, become a member. I'm going to let anybody and everybody become members. I don't give a damn who you are. I don't give a fuck what walk, what race of life, what background you have. I don't give a fuck. Just don't be a kid diddler. That's all that matters to me. We're going to have some fun today, boy. Whoo! The things that have. Let me reset this. Hold on. Maybe I didn't. But I will. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, so what we've heard, what's up, Freddie? How y'all doing, man? How you doing, girl? Hit that like button for me, y'all. I'm trying to wait a couple minutes before I spark up, you know, because we got the haters in the house.
The only white boy you know who did it.
So we just keep on going like this. I'm going to bring in that girl, Henny, her video, because it focuses on the list or the paperwork itself. This is getting pretty crazy, bro. So I guess they're going to be releasing, not to us, not to the people, the list of the confidential informants, whose names they are, what their mental background is, if they're able to come on there and testify with their own brains. If they're out of their mind, they're not going to be able to testify. All kinds of things like that. I don't know if you've ever been through a trial, but yes, they do these things. They make sure that you're mentally capable. That way the defense don't come up and say, well, he's been to 6 mental hospitals. I can't believe him. That's the way they do things. If you've never been to trial, that's the way they do it. So let's just let Miss Hennessy take over and let her speak, because they have released the document to say, hey, we're about to tell everyone who the snitches are in the case. So it's either going to have to leak, somebody's going to have to tell them, but we'll find out. It's the YouTube streets.
Whenever I do a video. And if you are a returning markdown Henny Gang member, yeah. Now let's get into this hot
Yes, ma'am.
tea. Child, your girl has been
They're
on
going to be
vacation,
releasing it.
okay? But not really vacation, but just taking a break and doing whatever the hell I felt like doing.
That's what's up.
Making y'all some content, laying down some videos, getting back into the swing of things, coming up with some ways that I want to do things over here on the YouTuber and all of that for y'all. But I hope y'all can see that your girl is glowing, okay? Rested, locks are locking.
Locks are locking, girl.
Period. Melanated goddess. Now, what y'all came here for is because y'all seen the title, and yes, the court docs are in. And guess what, y'all? The witness list is being released to Big U, Loose Cannon, and all of the other people that are on here. Sylvester Martin, Mark Martin.
Can we lay to rest that there is nobody out on bond? I don't know what in the hell these YouTubers do, bro. But they're out on bond. Yep. Says they're out on bond.
Bonnie, Frederick, and Tiffany. They will all be getting to see who the witnesses are that are on this case, the confidential witnesses.
Here's my question. Here's my big question. Why isn't Brick on the Rico? Why have they left Brick name off the Rico? I mean, if this is Operation Drawdown, Brick's name was up on the list. Why isn't Brick Baby in the Rico? Like inside the Rico? Why isn't his name involved in any of the Rico stuff? I know he's got a shitload of charges to deal with. Don't worry about that. But why isn't his name in the Rico?
What does that mean? Well, child, let's get into it before we get into this court document, because, baby, this is some hot ass Henny that y'all definitely are going to want to sip on, because this is a development that is possibly going to change the dynamics of this case. And with all the talk that has been going on with three-finger duty shooter PP Liquor Wack.
What's she calling?
Coochie Lips Ashley.
Hold on, man. What is she calling, bro?
And with all the talk that has been going on with three-finger duty shooter PP Liquor Wack.
Three-finger duty shooter PP Liquor Wack. Oh, man, that's a bar.
And loose Coochie Lips Ashley. Out here, he's a snitch. No, he's a snitch. No, they're a snitch. And that's a snitch. And snitchity, snitch. All of that is about to come to an end. Because here's the play, okay? So the government filed something called a protective order. Let me get that up here on the screen for y'all. Let me get my watermark first, even though people can get this stuff on their own, but still, let's get this watermark up and let's get into these court docs the way that Henny serves up these court docs for y'all, okay? This is
hit that like button for me, y'all. Let's get in this algorithm.
All right, here
baby.
we go. Boom. Court doc is up here.
We are only 60 subscribers away from 1,000. If you can help me meet that mark, I would greatly appreciate you. You will go down in history with me.
So this is the government filed something called a protective order. Okay. So the translation is that
you know what a protective order is, right? Everybody knows what a protective order is. Now that we got that,
the feds are about to hand over extremely sensitive documents to Big U, Loose Cannon's legal team, and everybody else that are co-defendants on this case. And these documents include who the confidential witnesses are on the case, their cooperation history, their medical records, personal information, the whole 9 yards is about to be given to them, okay? Because they know how hot this could get. They said, hold up. Nobody better than not leak this. Nobody better not leave this in the car. Nobody better not show this to no homies at the barbershop. This stays locked with the lawyers, period. Okay.
Oh, it's going to get leaked. You know how Wack always has people put stuff on the internet just so that he can talk about it? That's called leaking. That's called leaking. And that's kind of like, it's not really leaking like but that's leaking to do your own damage control. Because see, Wack have something put out on the internet for him just so he can damage control with it. Straight up.
So that is my synopsis on all of that. Now let's see what we are talking about here. Okay, it says,
if you guys have not had this, this is Vita Coco treats. They usually make the coconut water, but this is a strawberries and cream, and it resembles the Starbucks, whatever it is. I don't know, strawberry something. I don't know. They sell it. You know what I mean? Everybody's had it, but this is fire, y'all.
what they are charged with, which is the RICO and all of that. So now let's get down here to number 2. It says a protective order is necessary because the government intends to produce to the defense materials regarding confidential informants or cooperating witnesses.
Oh, whoa. So the government says we need a protective order on this case. We need a protective order on these people because we're about to hand over. Basically, it's like I don't know what they call them, but it's to get all the evidence that the court has against you. So they have to come up with all these CIs, these CWs, these character witnesses, these fucking people that are snitching, people that's giving information. They have to come up with those, and they have to give you those people because you have the right to face your accuser. Anybody that's blaming something on you, you have the right to face them in the court of law. So they want all these people to know, hey, we're about to release all this, but you have you better not give it up. You better not tell nobody. There's a protective order on this stuff. So if you give it up, you're in perjury. But most people don't give a fuck about perjury.
Who participated in the government's investigation and who may testify at trial. So we're not just talking about people who came in, sat down, and gave a few to them. We're talking about people who are actually going to be taking the stand as well, okay?
Oh, I bet Wack's shaking in his boots right now. Well, maybe Wack don't have to take the stand if he's a 137. Some will, though.
The government believes that the unauthorized decimation or distribution of the materials may expose him/her to potential safety risks. All right. Number 3 says a protective order is also necessary because the government intends to produce to the defense materials containing parties' PII, which is personal identifying information like social security numbers and stuff, and medical information. Now I know, thank you very much. Hey, salute to 504.
That's a trip. They want to know all of it, yo. They want to know everything. Shout out to the 22 people in the building. I love it.
Street Stories, I watch you, so it's an honor to have you in my chat right now. Salute to you. If y'all are into getting it from the streets and getting a real gritty edge on it, y'all go check out 504 Street Stories and Gangsta News Network. They are dope. All right, so the government believes that disclosure of this information without limitation. Oh, we were talking about medical information. So why would they want medical information, right? Okay, here's why. It's not so much about finding out blood pressure and all of that. It's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
They want to know their mental capacity. So they need the medical records, okay? The government believes that disclosure of this information without limitation risks the privacy and security of the informant's legitimate owner. The medical information at issue may also be subject to various federal laws protecting the privacy of medical records, including provisions of the Privacy Act. Okay, because the government has an ongoing obligation to protect third parties, PII, and medical information, the government cannot produce to defendants an unredacted set of discovery containing this information without the court entering the protective order. So, what are they saying, Henny? What they are saying is we have to put this protective order in place because we can't give this to you because it would be a violation of HIPAA. Okay, remember the Privacy Act. So they have to put the protective order in so that way they can cover their ass and their tracks and say, well, If anybody gets this information, it wasn't us because we put an order of protection in as a safety guard. Okay.
It was the
Moreover, and with
leakers.
them giving out PPIs, which is the personal identifying information, their social security numbers, their home addresses, their emails, their phone numbers. They've got to put this in there too. So moreover, PII and medical information make up a significant part of the discovery in this case, and such information itself, in many instances, has evidentiary value.
Makes up the significant part of the discovery. Not just a little bit, but the significant part.
If the government were to attempt to redact all this information in strict compliance with Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 49.1, the Central District of California's local rules regarding redaction, and the privacy policy of the United States Judicial Conference, the defense would receive a set of discovery that would be highly confusing and difficult to understand, and it would be challenging for defense counsel to adequately evaluate the case, provide advice to defense, or prepare for trial. So what they're saying is, this personal information and these medical records make up a bulk of all of the information that they have. So if they were to
if they break it all down and they give it all to the defense, like, here it is, here's the medical information, here's this, it would just be overwhelming, bro. That's what they're saying. It's going to be very overwhelming.
Redact any of the information out of it, you're not going to be able to understand any of it. If you remember, there was a document in the Big Meech case that I was reading through and trying to make sense of, and it was heavily redacted. And it didn't really make sense to us until we got further along into the court documents and searched here, there, and there. And we were able to piece some of it together. But that's what they're saying would happen here. And this would significantly hinder the defendants, Big U, Loose Cannon, Sylvester.
I am still wondering, isn't in the Rico? Why isn't Brick in the Rico?
All of them. It would hinder their lawyers from being able to defend them adequately. So, if they can't defend them adequately, that means they're not going to be able to proceed with the trial. But anyway, in order is also necessary because the government intends to produce to the defense materials that may contain information within the scope of Privacy Act. To the extent that those materials contain Privacy Act information, an order is necessary to authorize disclosure pursuant to 5 USC, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The purpose of the protective order is to allow the government to comply with its discovery obligations while protecting this sensitive information from unauthorized dissemination. And B, provide the defense with sufficient information to adequately represent the defendant. Okay. So now, basically, we're getting into CW materials include any information relating to a confidential informant or cooperating witnesses' prior history of cooperation with law enforcement.
Woo-wee! Woo-wee! Hey, that tells you right there that some of these people that are going to be talking, guess what? They've talked before. Guess what? They got record of them talking before. These motherfuckers are rats, bro. Some of these people have been rats, are going to be rats. Big U has been said to be known in paperwork on the Sue Surf case, on the Eddie Boy case. So is that what that means? You're going to hide everything they did before? No, it's coming out. That's what she's saying. It's coming out. All the ratting is coming out, bro. Yes. If it gets leaked, somebody's going to have to leak it. Somebody's going to have to go up in that courtroom, sit through this trial, and leak who these motherfuckers are, bro. And then you got to do it after the trial, because if they find out you're leaking it, what's up, Sunshine? Hi, I'm up here with you.
To a confidential informant or cooperating witnesses prior history of cooperation with law enforcement, which means that some of these witnesses and these CWs have cooperated in the past.
Yeah.
And they're going to be giving that information up to the.
So every bit of these dudes that are on trial are gonna know who the rats are and what they ratted on before. Wow. I mean, this is how it's supposed to go. Really. This is exactly how it's supposed to go.
Defense. Let me take a sip of water on that. And of course, they will be getting the cooperating witnesses, the CWs, prior criminal history, statements, and any other information that can be used to identify a confidential informant or cooperating witness, such as names, images, addresses, date of birth, or unique personal identification information such as social security numbers, driver's license numbers, account numbers, and telephone numbers. Baby, they turning everything over.
Woo! No, this is a it's a coconut milk, kind of like what you get at Starbucks. It's like a coconut milk. It's like one of those Starbucks strawberry drinks. He said if Wack, 1GB Network said if Wack was mentioned in the lawsuit, the feds definitely approached or got in contact with him, especially if was considered a victim or rival. Oh, no, but the hill that Wack wants to die on is he's never been approached by the feds. No, the feds have never contacted Wack 100. Nah, not him. Who the fuck? You gotta be the dumbest son of a bitch on the planet to think that you haven't been contacted by the feds, bro. You're named in the fucking. What's up, Snake? You're named. You are named in the whole indictment. You're named several times. No Jumper's named several times. Shit that happened around Wack 100 has been named several times. Loose Cannon sat along Wack 100, giving up all this shit. You gotta be kidding me to think that you can make all these people believe that nobody has ever contacted you about this trial. Ever. Like, I'm just not that stupid.
Child.
It's gonna get ugly, y'all.
PII materials include any information that can be used to identify.
I'll be honest. I think Wack 100 has been traveling from page to page to do damage control. Let's make that person look like a snitch. Let's make that person look like a snitch. Let's make that person look like a snitch. Have we heard Wack 100 talk about this? How all the informants are about to be named? Have we talked about that any? Does anybody know? If you know, please let me know, chat. Like, have you talked about that, Wack?
A person, including their name, address, date of birth, social security number.
Because if I have been Wack CS2 back for the last fucking 4 years, don't you think that if you have nothing to do with this trial and they're about to bust out all the witnesses that you should be doing a marathon right now? Ha ha, they ain't gonna be yelling my name, bitch. Bet you they don't yell my name. I would. I'd be throwing it in all of y'all faces. Y'all been calling me a snake forever. Ha 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 ha. I'm not going to be on this paperwork. If they name my name, you got to kiss my ass. If they don't name my name, man, I'll be running fucking marathons.
Driver's license number, telephone number, account numbers, email address, or personal identification, number. This is the definitions of everything so you understand what I just read here, right? Medical materials include any individuals identifiable health information that is connected to a patient's name, address, or other identifying numbers such as social security numbers
They
or
doxing the hell
Medicare,
out of these
Medi-Cal
witnesses.
number. All right. Confidential information, we know what that refers to, and we know what the defense team refers to. So I'm just going to scroll this document up to the top, make it hot. That's a okay. That's not an appropriate song for what we're talking about right here, but I was talking about from the top. So just ignore the hell out of me
You
right
good,
now.
mama.
Okay. All right.
Keep doing your
So
shit.
here's where the streets get shaky, though. After reading all of that, what they're saying is defense lawyers can't post this online. While they can't post it online and they can't hand it out to people in the streets, let's kind of be real, you guys. Okay, let's be real. The defendants, the defense investigators, the expert witnesses, and even witnesses for the defense, they all will now know exactly who the snitches or cooperators are. And trust me, this kind of information we all know does not stay on paper. It leaks into the streets, it leaks into the jail phones, and sooner or later it's going to leak to us on the internet. Y'all already know that, so we got to keep our eyes open, okay? So now with this happening, with them giving up the people who are cooperating, this changes everything for this Rico, okay? The defense now has ammunition to destroy the CW's credibility because they're going to be digging into their past, their criminal past, old cases,
This is the way
their
it works.
snitching history, which
This is the way a trial goes. I'm going back into your snitching history. Who'd you tell on? Why you told on him? Did you told on him to be a snake to get yourself out of other crimes? Oh, I'm gonna fucking clown you. If I'm the defense team, I'm gonna clown the confidentials. Now, I think there has to be a motion filed so that they have to do this, or they will keep them confidential. They'll just make them appear in court. And the only way they'll appear in court is just like appear in court and then they're gone. Like most cases are like that. But when a real attorney gets a hold of your case, they're like, nah. I need to see this man's background. I need to see this person's, what else he's told on, who else he's been took the stand for, who else he's fucking in paperwork for. I need to see all that. And that's what we're about to see.
which is crazy as hell because how does
this trial might be more crazy than Diddy's unless the stars start coming out.
They made a whole career out of snitching. That's what that means. Lord, even their mental health
is snitching.
Mental health issues, if they're applicable. Look at me using big words. Applicable. This can all come down. But now on the flip side of this, if the cooperating witnesses survive cross-examination and they hold up in court, that could be a nail in the coffin for all of these co-defendants on this case. So either way, this is war in court. That's basically what this means. This is war in court. And here's where it gets deadly serious, okay? This opens the door for witness intimidation, all jokes aside. It opens the door for witness intimidation, which means that these people can now start putting out allegations of threats or retaliation against them now that their names are out there. It could possibly delay the court or even cause mistrials if the leaks get out of control. Because let's be real, even with this protective order, we all know that leaks are going to happen, okay? If anybody so much as whispers these CW's names to the wrong person, this could turn from a federal case to possible.
Okay, now, take my theory, you guys. Why does Eddie Boy and 600 want to show up at Big U's court date? Take my theory. I mean, I'm just throwing something out in the air. I mean, is it to report or is it to just think about it for a little bit?
street beef with bodies dropping. Like,
Y'all
know I'm not.
We ain't done that in a long time, Sunshine. Make 'em mad. Make 'em mad. Thank you, Sin. I appreciate the donation. Appreciate the support in the channel, man. Glad to see you haven't went nowhere. Ha! Thank you. Love.
Right now, 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 right now.
Not lying. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. And it can happen real fast. That's why the feds are trying to lock this up so tight. Okay. So what's next, right? So the defense team will be preparing hard to discredit the confidential witnesses in court. We know this. So once they get all of these names and mental health histories and criminal histories and snitching histories, now the defense team can go after these witnesses' credibility. Okay. The government will be doing everything to try to keep them protected and keep them credible. So for everyone who is feeling like three-finger duty shooter might be on this list, y'all call him Wack, we call him three-finger duty shooter PP liquor over here. But if y'all are
600 can't have Big U's position though. That's the problem, bro. 600 can't have Big U's position. Come on. 600 can't roll in and take over Big U. What Big U was doing and rolling? Hell no. 600 doesn't have any clout in the streets.
Wondering if he's on
He's
this
not
list.
even
If his
wanted.
name is on this list, guess what? Every defendant on this case is going to find out, and they're gonna know his snitch history.
Snitch history. That's a motherfucker.
Could be a
Ain't
motive
that
as
crazy?
to why
Snitch history.
he's out here
The
trying
motherfucker
to
got snitch
defend his
history out
point
here.
and back away from the situation and take on a stance of, I ain't never seen Big U do that. I don't believe that Big U would do that. But you've been hollering that he would do stuff.
Whoa. Whoa. That ain't the Big U I know. Wasn't that Wack on No Jumper? That ain't the Big U I know, y'all. I ain't never seen Big U do that. I ain't never seen him do that.
Clean his plate and back away from the situation and take on a stance of, I ain't never seen Big U do that. I don't believe that Big U would do that. But you've been hollering that he would do stuff.
You, I know. What up, nigga?
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it. That's allegedly. Listen. It ain't a fact. It's alleged until it becomes real on paper. I'm just saying. Okay. Now, this protective order is them the courts. You know.
Yeah.
It's their way of trying to say, you know, we're giving you the names, but you better not let this get out. Meanwhile, leaks and rumors will probably start to swirl in these internet streets at any point in time after these names get out. Let's be real, okay?
Yeah.
And this part of the case, if we had to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it hit a level 10 with this, okay? So this is officially one of the most dangerous phases. If we're going to be honest and take all jokes aside, this is one of the most dangerous phases of the Operation Drawdown case. You know, the confidential witnesses aren't confidential no more, at least not to the defense. And we don't know, will these witnesses survive the streets and the courtroom? Like we don't know. Or will Big U's legal team and Loose Cannon's legal team and all the rest of them rip the CWs apart and make this Rico fall apart? I have no idea at all. But you know what? I'm going to be right here behind the bar pouring up every last detail for y'all. That's what I'm going to be doing, period. But as
Wack's a hip-hop content cop. You didn't say nothing wrong there, TV. You didn't say nothing wrong there.
y'all can see, like,
I ain't going nowhere
It's
on this
about to
case.
get really real out here.
Taking
Okay.
on this shit, man. Hit
And
that like
while
button,
they,
smash the
you know,
subscribe button.
like I keep
Come back and
stressing,
hang
they're
out
under
with
this
us,
order
bro.
and
We
they
good fucking people. And if you
so
join
good.
our memberships, we got an IG. We got a whole room called the Riot Room. We throw you in there with everybody else. Anything goes in that motherfucker, so it ain't for the weak.
Shut their mouths.
But mostly, it's great people every day. We keep a good vibe going. Happy Fridays to everybody. Happy Thursdays. Happy Mondays. Love y'all. Showing off your cooking and shit. I love it. It's a great place to be, isn't it?
But Henny Glasses in the chat, if y'all really believe that that's going to actually happen. And
don't get in there with no motherfucking bullshit, though.
I don't believe it. It's just a matter of time. And sweetie, better stay the hell off the phone. Because here's the thing. The minute that something gets leaked out and it comes through any one of them, there are legal repercussions and ramifications that they are going to suffer if they find out that they were leaking the information from the inside. So while Luce likes to get up here and he like,
but there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. There's a way to leak it. There's a way to leak it from the inside. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not going to say anything but like snail mail or nothing like that. But there's definitely a way to leak it.
Likes to run his mouth. Oh, Ashley,
No,
sweetie, sugar plum,
softer than
cotton ball. If ever there was a time for you to zip it, this would be now. Sharice, if you give any, how long are we in? We 18 minutes.
Let me throw another
theory
theory out there. Let me throw this theory out there. This may be wild, but we're just throwing theories. We're here for opinions, because this my thoughts and opinions are going to change daily amongst this case, right? You know, different curveballs being thrown at us. I mean, nobody can say anything about anybody being a hypocrite up here, because look at all the dumb shit we got to put up with. How can you react to something and shit thrown every different direction? Let's just say this. Let's just say the government put that protective. Oh, we made them mad. AD can't have nothing. Let's just say they put that protective order in because they knew Luce was on the phone talking about Wack.
Give even a half of a fuck about your man. Don't post nothing that he says. Keep it cute. Put it on mute. If you really give a damn. And now, if you want him to continue to sit up and click city, you do what you do. That's
Who's to say the feds was like, you know what? We'll put an end to this. We could put a restraining order on everybody. That stops him from being able to talk to this witness. So here's the witness list. Guess what? Wack's on it. You better not say nothing about him on the phone. We'll know if Luce's tone changes. I've got one. I went out and bought it.
none of our business or concern, because we gonna report on it regardless of what he do. We gonna report on it. But this is not the time for anybody to okay, Bugs Malone. But this is not the time for any of them to decide that they want to run their mouths. And I know it's going to be hard. And all of us in the public want to know who it is. But you know, if it leaks, if it slips, you know we gonna have it. I'm just saying, you know we gonna have it. But I don't know if we gonna say anything. But this is what everybody is waiting for. Henny, you said cut and it went straight to commercial. Oh, it did. Hey, look at that. Look at
real,
YouTube
yo.
line with me, even though
hit that
YouTube
subscribe button. We are 60 away from being at 1,000, man. Get me there. Hit the like button. Share the live.
You know. Anyway, let's see what y'all are saying over here in the description. A little small little shout out. And they snitch from case to case. They snitch. Okay. Salute to you too, Bugs Malone. Done and overdone.
Yep, they snitch.
For how long till we find out?
Yeah. It won't be long.
That's the thing.
It
They're
won't
not
be
trying
long.
to let us have any of that.
It won't be long. I'll tell you that right now. It will not be long at all. It will not be long at all. It will hit the street. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. Oh, we're gonna cut from her. We're gonna cut from her, and we're gonna go to one of my favorite channels. How y'all doing this morning? We got 44 people in the building. You must be having a nice morning. Let's do this.
Let's talk about George Floyd. You said George Floyd's death was a terrible thing.
Terrible.
Why are African Americans still dying at the hands of law enforcement in this country?
Well, black people, 30. Some were teenagers.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. On this channel, we often focus on CS2 Wack and his exposers. But today, we're going to redirect our attention to a more pressing matter. On May 1st, 2025, in Cincinnati, 18-year-old Ryan Hinton was fatally shot by police officers. Authorities claim that Ryan fled from a stolen vehicle and pointed a handgun at them, although no shots were fired by him. The following day, after viewing the body camera footage of his son's shooting, Ryan's father, 38-year-old Rodney Hinton Jr., allegedly struck and killed a Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy with his car near the University of Cincinnati. Rodney has been charged with aggravated murder. If you ask me, it's a clear case of temporary insanity. But because a police officer was killed, the spotlight shifted. And just like that, they're highlighting the aftermath while quietly pushing aside the fact that a teenage boy was shot in the back by police. What most people don't know is that these events unfolded against the backdrop of a new executive order signed by President Donald Trump on April 28, 2025, titled Strengthening and Unleashing America's Law Enforcement to Pursue Criminals and Protect Innocent Citizens. This order aims to empower law enforcement agencies by providing legal protections for officers, increasing access to military equipment, and reviewing federal oversight agreements that may impede law enforcement functions. Critics argue that such measures may reduce accountability and oversight, potentially leading to increased instances of misconduct, particularly in communities of color. It's crucial to recognize and address these systemic issues, rather than be distracted by peripheral figures. The focus must remain on the policies and actions that directly impact our communities.
Folks, on April 28th, 2025, Donald Trump released an executive order that is extremely problematic for the African American community, especially African American men. It is an executive order that essentially unleashes cops on black men. It is horrible.
It is.
And I told you it was coming.
What's up, Wookie?
I told you it was coming. because this
Well,
executive
I don't
order,
think it.
teams or whatever they have there,
The problem is this.
them.
The problem is this. The problem is this, bro. It's where the crime is. We can't lie. It's just where the crime is. Don't get me wrong, bro. There's crime everywhere. But when we look at our own ghettos and we look at our own neighborhoods, it's crime ridden. Like motherfucker will rob you outside the store. I mean, you have to unleash something to take back your neighborhoods, because 85% of our population wants nothing but to live their life like normal human beings. Go to work every day, put their fucking shoes on the same way we put our shoes on, and live productive lives. It's just those little 15% that invade upon the ones that aren't. That's the truth. Hold on, that wasn't even the video, but I'm glad I shared that. I don't think it's a Trump thing, man. I honestly don't.
What's up? We live.
I don't think it's a Trump video. I actually don't. Yeah, we got to stop pointing the finger.
And Wack took 2 steps back because I believe
This motherfucker here is something else, trying to point all the blame. I want to know why he hasn't made a video. And I want to know why 600 made a video saying that everybody was released on bond. That's what I want to know. Have you seen that video? Like he says, everybody's released on bond. Hold the fuck up. These motherfuckers just be lying, bro. Oh, I've created my own problems. I know that for sure. It didn't take a community or anything for me to fuck me out my freedom. It was my own fucking doing. Okay, he says he got paperwork. Now, there was a few channels that did this.
What's that? Here we go. My bad. I got a lot going on. What's up with the flooring stuff? What's happening with it, bro? Y'all see what Wack posted earlier? Let me show you something. Pending. As soon as he got out, pending. So if you see what Wack posted, right? Everybody go to the 100 show. Everybody go follow Wack. That's his real
We
page.
know he said impending adjudication.
Like how this dude just came out of nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and it's like for him to be so comfortable, just beefing with everybody, talking all this stuff, doing all this weird stuff. And it's like, it's just crazy. Bro. But like I say,
that's what I was saying.
I ain't never entertained that illegal with that dude. I ain't never done anything illegal with that dude.
Help me out, bro.
But whoever he been dealing with, they probably got something to worry about. This dude been working. It's just crazy, bro. You feel me? That's the times that we in, though. You know, that's the times that we in, you know. I be telling y'all, man, like, y'all gotta watch these dudes who just popping up trying to be a friend, you know, 40-some years old, trying to be friendly and trying to be a gang member and trying to let people know that he's from a gang that no one ever knew you to be from. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to tell he's going down America's Dumbest Criminals. Now, he's the first person, I believe, that actually talked his way into an indictment. All his stuff is you know, based on everything that he said online. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't get caught red-handed. Like, he talked himself into an indictment. That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's that part. That's that part. I want y'all to get your popcorn ready. Let me play a little song for y'all while y'all get ready for this one.
Please don't.
Everybody go follow. Shout out Wack 100. Shout out Poetic Flacco. These are the big U orders of stipulation. Okay. Stipulation and joint requests. Oh, same thing, right? So if you so this is the whole PDF file. You scroll down to page 2 and 3. We gotta highlight it. Check it out. California and Assistant U.S. Attorney Kevin J. Butler and Gina A. McCabe and the defendants Eugene Henley, Sylvester Robinson, Mark Martin, Tremaine Ashley Williams, Armani Aflaje, Frederick Blanton, Tiffany Shanikra Hines, each individually as defendants. Right. It's on page 2. It's on page 2. I want y'all to really hear this now. This the tricky part. That's page 2. Now let's go to page 3. All defendants are released on bond, except defendant Henley, who is detained pending trial. A protective order is necessary because of government intends to produce to the defense materials regarding confidential informants or cooperating witnesses who participate.
So who in the fuck is out on bond? Who's out on bond? Let me guess. Nobody knows. Wookie said none of their names are there. So they're out. But Loose Cannon would have to go right to California State Jail for his pending shit. Unless you know, well, tell me because
Participated in the government's investigation who may testify at trial. Drop the mic. So now, did y'all hear all the defendants, right? All of them, right? It say, let me read again. Let me read again, because some of y'all, you gotta read. You ever been with a girl and she do it so good, you say, can she do it twice? We're gonna read it twice.
Shout out to my motherfucker.
All defendants are released on bond, except defendant.
Shout out to my dude Primo, bro. He's still here. My dude Primo is still here. Shout out to you, Primo. He said, heard Cali cleaning up for the Olympics. Shout out to you for supporting the platform, bro. I appreciate you, sir. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I know Primo did.
Right now, 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 right now.
So the only names you can find are Big U and Loose. Huh. Well, look at that, bro. Dog Soldier. Salute to you for the motherfucking donation. Dog's still around. Shout out to Dog, man. He said great content, bro. I appreciate you, dude. Primo say, yeah.
Right now, 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 right now.
It's crazy, bro. But I think Loose has like a state case. So he might show up in custody still until they pick him up on that state charge. I wonder how long they have. I think they have like 3 days in state. Let's keep a look on that, Wookie. That's crazy.
Henley, who is detained pending trial. It said they all out. Loose cannon say they all out. This is today. A protective order is necessary because the government intends to produce the defense materials regarding confidential informants or cooperating witnesses who participated in the government's investigation and who may testify at trial.
My mother was gone a year, 5 days ago. I didn't come on here and make it a big spectacle or anything, but I was able to deal with it quite well. And I enjoyed that. It fucked with me a little bit in my head, and it still is, but it's been a year. Cop, they all is. Hey, Super Dub Nation said some shit too. What's up, Steffi? I can't stand 600 pennies. he's $6. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a year. I know you did, Sin. I know you did, girl. It gets easier. It's cool.
So, listen. They all out.
My family now. My children
in there. It say they all out, bro. Now I looked up loose cannon. It say that his release date is unknown. You know, now I don't know if the federal paperwork is wrong or the online is wrong because they saying all of them and they listed Ashley Tremaine. Zoom in. I want y'all to zoom in and read that. Defendants: Eugene Henley, Sylvester Robinson, Mark Martin, Tremaine Williams, Ashley Aflaze, Frederick Blanton, and Tiffany Wood, each individually defendants. The next page says that they all have been released. They out. Now I looked up loose. Let's go to the BOP. Let's look. I mean, because I tried to look him up, bro. You feel me? Let's type in his name.
This is 600. He's been doing this from the very beginning.
You know, because we want to make sure that the paperwork is right. It say he out. How old is Loose Cannon? 42 years old?
I can't either, bro.
Search. Release date. Unknown. So I'm confused.
Are all the other ones out?
Says that all defendants, when they mention him as each defendant, have been released today. But when you go look him up, it says he's still in custody. Now, who's been to the feds before? Does this update instantly? Take a day, take hours, or what? Because it's still saying that he's still in jail.
It might take time.
It's saying he in jail, bro.
Bro, this is like a super informant.
Oh no, it ain't. You can Google it. It's public record. It's all public record. I don't even get stuff from people no more. I don't even get nothing from nobody. If I do, I gotta go verify and pull it myself because a page would be missing, a word would be gone. You feel me? It's all public record. You can Google it. It's gonna come right up.
He is, bro.
No, I'm not going by no he say, she say. When I say something, it's him. It's it. We got it for sure. Ain't no you say, well, no. I got the content. Well, Wack say if I say I got it, I got it. Wack the same way. We ain't playing with that, bro. So when we speak, you know it's real.
Aren't you on here dissing Wack 102, bro? He gonna do the same thing to you as he did Lose. He gonna line you up for the 52 fake out. That's what he gonna line you up for. Go out. Hit left. He gonna line you up too. You was on here saying, man, fuck Wack. Fuck Wack 100. Yep, remember with Crip Mac and all that? Yeah, I remember. Shout out to my man Cuddy, man. She said, yeah, AD, her beautiful spirit is still here. I know she is. She's watching every day, bro. I appreciate you, Cuddy. Salute, bro. Thank you for supporting the platform. You're still here.
About getting at them. We gon' wait till it's over. We parking lot Pippin come out. That stick on him. Put respect on my chopper. Don't mention his bodies. You might get a glimpse of him. But my click.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it
My
might take
dog.
time. It might take time to update.
What's
Yeah,
up,
because I'm
bird?
like, I
Steffi,
don't know what's going on, bro.
Sin,
You feel what I'm saying?
everybody in the chat, salute. Thumbs up to y'all,
He
man.
said, "Big, you hung
Salute to
yourself
the
up."
chat.
What's up with it? What's the deal? I don't feel like checking Brick name. What Brick? 38 years old. I don't feel like doing all that, man. Yeah, I just saw him. So anyway, listen. Let's get the hotline going. I know y'all want to get a few calls in. You feel me? I probably missed a couple, which I did already. We're gonna get the hotline going, and you know, I got my fresh braids. You feel me? No, I don't smoke. I don't do no type of drugs. I don't even drink alcohol at all. Period.
So what's Loose Cannon's name? Williams? Yeah. All the lawyers have it. All the informants have it. Everybody's got it. Ashley Germain. I'll be damned. No results found. Termaine. Okay. I was about to say, holy shit. Ashley's the first name? Salute, bro. Salute, Spider-Man. They don't have one. It's just Ashley Williams. They don't have one no more. They don't have one. They don't. There's Ashley, first name, Ashley Williams. And there's none. Hold on. Oh, fuck on. There is none. Jermaine. There ain't none. Jermaine Ashley. None. These boys out, ain't they? Let me just look up Jermaine Williams. Okay, that brings up a few. Here's one that says he's 45. Nah, man. It's Termaine. He's in Los Angeles. Release date unknown. Thank you. He's at MDC. What's up, AP? What's up, buddy?
Nothing. You know what I mean?
So what is up with this paperwork? Where are they getting this? Where are they getting this paperwork from, yo? I'm kind of lost at it. I'm straight up lost at it. Like, why? Like, this is real paperwork that these people are being told that they can't talk about the witnesses and all that. Yes, that's in paperwork. But, like, come on, bro. Like, straight the fuck up.
Oh, having a great day.
My laundry done.
Yeah.
Great day, huh?
You know what, man? No, I'm not a police officer. You know what's crazy, man? I like Ryan Garcia, man. He's a young, talented fighter.
He said, no, I'm not a police officer. No, you're probably not a cop. You're probably not. You're probably not a fucking cop, yo. You're probably not. Oh. Let me go check my laundry, y'all.
For credibility he may have once had. But today, one of the many lies that were told and amplified at the No Jumper podcast is finally being laid to rest. Porky is letting the world know the Big U sending loose cannon, a cease and desist order, was all a lie. This video is going to show you just how far these sorry bastards will go to tear down someone's character.
And I still don't know what happened. I'm still confused about when they were sitting right here.
Right.
Because the shit Brick would say to him and the shit he would say to him and the shit he would tell me about what he was, that was very confusing. It was like...
So Luce was telling you stuff off camera, and then once you saw them face to face, you didn't have the same energy.
It was, but you know, me knowing what I know now, I see the play. Right? The infiltration game was going on.
What do you mean?
Let me get cool with Brick. Getting Flacco's here make Flacco think some other shit's going on with Wack.
Because he had told Flacco that you wanted to kill him.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Right.
You know, I'm coming to you. I'm like, bro, what's up with Flacco?
Yeah.
You looking
I
at
didn't know
me?
either until after it was all exposed.
Yeah, I had no idea. I'm like, wait, when he said, yo, Wack, man, Luke, I said, he told you what? So I'm like, why would Luke tell? Like, and I sat back and like, okay, let me get cool with Brick. Because the shit he would say and about that and probably vice versa. And then it was like he was in the building trying to make everything work in his favor. What backfired on him, let me tell you what backfired on him, is when he found out that Wack is a wolf.
You're a wolf or a sheep? What kind of wolf?
When he found out I was a wolf, you know what happens? If you got a wolf and some sheep,
To protect the sheep, you got to catch the wolf. And it takes a wolf to catch a wolf. You understand?
If that one sheep crosses the road, you know what the rest of the sheep gonna do?
Follow his ass.
You know what that wolf gonna do? He gonna sit there and he gonna maintain his position. He found out I was a wolf out here. When they start doing what they start doing, and Wack took 2 steps back, because I believe all of that was a plot twist to phase me out.
Knowing that he's now facing these charges, it does feel like that was like such a bad strategic
Bro,
play.
listen, why tell Flacco that? Flacco's part of this.
He should have been thankful for his relationship with you. He's already the enemy of so many people. He should have been holding on to that.
This is what's crazy. He can say what he want. They can say what they want. Without Wack, sitting that man on the side of me and moving him around and going to do podcasts that I would never have done just to put the light on him.
A CS2 back just admitted that without him, the world would have never even heard of Loose Cannon. And that all the lies, slander, and fabricated stories Loose told were only presented to the public because of him.
Hater world.
I would have never done that shit. I would have never. That shit was like 2.5 hours out.
Right.
I only went for him. I didn't go for me.
Did you make academics think that he was going to be interviewing you and Luce together?
Yes, that's the only way he would agree.
You did that on purpose?
I made Luce them get on the plane, and then, I'm like, bro, just go ahead and make it happen. Because the only way because if he'd have told me no on this side, I couldn't send him.
A little switcheroo.
But what it is, I'm doing what I got to do to try to build him. And I ain't gonna lie, it was a genuine, sincere part of me that like I'm a help him. It was a genuine, sincere part of me that like I'm a help him.
If they gave Porky $1 for every lie that he's told sitting in front of his master Aryan Adam, he'd be rich again. Now he's sitting in front of Adam, acting like him helping Loose was just a genuine move that he did out of the kindness of his heart. Porky said that to Adam today, but he said something completely different yesterday on Clubhouse.
Let me catch up in the chat, man. How y'all doing today, man? Happy Thursday. I'm off today. Got to work tomorrow. Then I'm off again. Lovely schedule. They should have beaten Wack after Jay Reed. Yeah. What's up, D? Your day drinking? I drank last night, man. I made a big old mess in the middle of the night, eating shit. Woke up in the middle of the night, decided it was okay to go get fucking ice cream sandwiches. Opened up 2 of them, bro, and passed back out. Just laid them there. Just let them melt there all night long. Just woke up and was like, fuck. Pissed me off. I was madder than hell. I'm still hungover. We went out and had fun, bro.
Law 15, crush your enemy. Totally. Law 37.
Notice that Porky read Law 15 and completely went away from Law 16.
Law 15, crush your enemy. Totally. Law 37.
Fuck Law 16,
fell for
bro.
the spectacles in form of a clubhouse stage and a podcast microphone. Did he forget what he said about me back in 2021, 2022?
He said,
I sure didn't.
So it's like, Wack, it's like you do all this internet thugging and acting like you just so turned up, putting it on Paru this, Paru that.
Oh, we heard from
Nobody
Brick, man.
you do nothing.
Hashtag bozo.
Have we heard
Hashtag
from
prayers
Brick? Hit the
over
like button for
baby
me,
daddies.
please.
The
heard
virtue
from
of
Brick?
patience will always conquer the eagerness of an imbecile. I'll let them rock out with that. How you get mad at me for throwing rocks in my house and you mad because I got 3 layers of glass on my windows and just because the first layer
we ain't heard from Brick in a week, y'all.
That you had no idea it was 2 more layers behind that and it was never cracked. But yet I come out and shake your hand and say, hey, we're going to let bygones be bygones. And for some reason, you bring me to your real house, and then you wake up one day and the whole house. You mad at me? You tried to
We
crack
haven't heard from Brick in a week, y'all. What is going on, man?
my windows, my nigga. You never even fixed my windows and repaired them. Oh, I'm lying. I did get a few dollars out of you. You ain't getting nothing out of me. But some spectacles. Letting you on the clubhouse floor and letting you sit in front of a podcast microphone and letting you cut your own throat and letting you cut your own throat and letting you cut your own throat.
I thought Porky said he genuinely wanted to help Luce. But now we're finding out he's been holding a grudge this whole time. Ever since Lucy dropped that diss track back in 2021. The one that Porky said was a play. The one he said him.
I think so too. I think it's smart. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like, I ain't heard from Brick. I think it's smart. Rich Trapper was about to say it. I know that. Rich Trapper ain't scared to say it to his face. If he came on this channel right now, I'd say it. I'd hold his feet to the fire. Why does everything in the world that surrounds you turn to shit, but yet you somehow to escape it all? Everything, bro. I mean, I would like to get my questions together if he ever showed up here. Don't get me on the spot, but I could have a fucking heyday with questions.
And Luce tricked the streets with.
I didn't do it. You did it. I just detected your eagerness for attention, and I played on it.
It's just too much.
Hey, I may have exploited. I may have assisted you in exploiting yourself, but I didn't give you a script. Hey, I just kind of rolled the dice and I hit my number. You can't be mad at me about
it ain't about plot. Rolling dice. Oh, what the fuck kind of analogy is that? It's like rolling dice, man. I hit my number. No, it's not. That's a bad analogy, buddy.
Counterplotting yourself through your own actions. You cannot be mad at me for knowing how to get all the colors together
adamantly
on the Rubik's Cube. Some of you youngsters may not know what I'm talking about. Some people in there may know what I'm talking about.
I think everybody
get mad
knows
at me
because
I can make all the yellows, reds, greens. Don't get mad at me.
Yeah, that does make it a little bit different. That's a good point, Reg. Yeah, dominoes you can use your brains in. Rolling dice, it's kind of like, unless you got trick dice. I mean, there are some good dice rollers, but you can only like hope for a 7 or 11 every time. Like, you can only hope.
Well, Wack, why didn't you tell me you were still upset? Because I'm not an emotional guy. I'm not supposed to tell you that.
Yeah, I played some
Wack,
dominoes.
why didn't you
I ain't
tell
played
me
years,
you were
though.
still upset?
That was my game in jail.
Because I'm not an emotional guy. I'm not supposed to tell you that.
According to Porky, he's been mad at Luce ever since that diss track dropped. The same diss track Porky admits he told him to make. Sounds like the setup was built in from the start.
That is the fuel. You doing what you saying was the action. Me being upset about what you saying was the fuel. I don't show that. I just simply let it burn in a way that I do something about it. On some real shit, right? But
he's like a hit. I'll tell you what he is, bro. He's a content cop. He's like a hip hop cop, but he's thrown into the podcasting area of it. You see what I'm saying? He's thrown into the media side of it. And not directly like in hip hop. Like, why? Like, here's what I'm wondering. The manager of the game knows Kanye, homies with fucking cash money, has the chain from, come on, bro. Why are you not able to land big shot celebrities to do an interview with? Because people don't fuck with him, bro. People are really not jacking the shit he's doing to people. Like, the only thing that I could think right now, if I'm an entertainer or if I'm a fucking somebody that's got stature, right? And they say, go on Wack's podcast. You know what I'd say? Fuck no, I ain't next. I don't want to be next. Fuck no. He's a backbiter, bro.
I think the whole time, and especially after listening to Gigi, right? I think the whole time,
salute.
Because she said,
Big
Wack,
Red, salute.
I used to lay on the side of him when him and the fake manager
Shout out
dude,
to
she
the
said
chat,
his name.
man. Hit that subscribe
came
button
up
while
with-
you in here, man. Run me up, man. I need 54 subs, y'all. 54. I know some of y'all can help me out. Just hit the share button. Hit that sub button. Help me get to 1,000, baby.
With the idea, attack Wack to try to get some attention on you, and you wouldn't pay him no attention.
Hence the diss track that he made. Hence the diss track that he made. Hence the diss track that he made.
Adam 22 is at.
You put Girl World Yo Mama in with Wack? Nah, man. Wack is way more diabolical. Way more. Yo Mama ran when he got
asking about the diss record because Adam remembers Porky telling him that he told Luce to do it. Adam didn't believe the story when Porky said it, but Porky insisted that he told Luce to do it.
Out. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think you're riding out for your homie.
Loose cannon?
That you guys
That's nephew.
You guys are doing a little bit of shady business together.
See, the thing, what he does is he'll have the content, right? He will have the content, Wack himself, in his possession. What's up, 205? Wack will have, damn, that one got me. Woo! Wack will have the content, right? But he'll pass it off for your dumbasses to start, like he did with Hassan Campbell. He didn't want to start that big Nipsey Hussle shit. So guess what he did? He got in Hassan Campbell's ear on the phone, pillow talking with Hassan, because he knew Hassan Campbell would come on here and blast that information all over the place. Then next thing you know, he brings Loose Cannon up on No Jumper to talk bad about Nipsey Hussle. Let's put the fucking puzzle pieces in place here, folks. Let's put the puzzle pieces in place. This man's been trying to solve the murder of Nipsey Hussle. Straight up.
Not shady. Might be, you know, me and Loose Cannon been comrades for quite some time. We fooled the streets.
What about those
Did you hear the Loose Cannon diss song on me?
Yeah, and I feel like you're...
Oh, you knew about it, didn't you? You've been knowing about it. But you laughed it off then. See how crazy this gets? But now you're fucking enemies to the fucking hilt, and you just had to call him out. Yep. Well, so it gets him out of being the person that posted it as well. You see what I'm saying? Like, I didn't post it. It was already on the internet, man. So I talked about it. That doesn't make it right.
Lying when you say that it was all premeditated and planned out.
It was. He told me that's what he wanted to do. I told him do it. He told me that's what he wanted to do. I told him do it. He told me that's what he wanted to do. I told him do it. And she said it would drive him crazy. She said, so when I looked up and saw him on the side of you, I said, oh my God, he found a way to get to it, right?
100 people in the
But
building.
what was crazy is he got to me the right way. But
Link up with you against a mutual op.
no, that wasn't my thing at all. See, when he called me, I asked him. I said, "You with Big U?" And he said, "Nah, I did, but I don't know more." So I asked him what happened. Cool. Why? Because if you f with Big U, like if Big U knows somebody f with me, he ain't finna let him in his space like that, right? Because you don't know what that is, right? Nigga might be a suicide bomber, detonate you and him. You never know what that is, right? So
a suicide bomber, Wack. I know what he's getting at there, but come on.
When he propositioned me to help him promote his show, I'm promoting his show. I had no idea about some of the shit he was gonna say.
That's bullshit. That is 100% bullshit. You will not let me ever believe that. Because here's for one thing. Anything that Adam puts on that podcast reflects back to Adam. What's up, keeping it real? It results back to Adam, y'all. And everything Adam does. So why would he allow Loose Cannon to just come up there, just blurt out anything like that? Nah, you at least talked with Adam and Loose for 20 minutes or 30 minutes before they got in front of you, in front of the cameras. Y'all knew what you were going to talk about, what's said, what's not going to be said, what's going to be brung up, what's going to be slid in. Everybody does pre-interviews, bro. I mean, you should. You really should.
And as I'm listening to him, I don't know if he running his play.
What's up, brother?
Right?
You know, I don't know if it's scared to push back on the lies, Reg, but the problem is, you know what it is? They would be cucking their own content. So, like, if they've been running with this narrative with Wack forever, like, yeah, Wack this, Wack that. So if they push back on the lies, guess what they've done did? They've done cucked everything they've ever did with these guys. They've done pushed back on their own content. So they don't want to make their own selves look bad. It's kind of fucked up. Because any human being is going to understand that they didn't have a pre-interview when they did that. I think it was more like a private conversation between Loose and Wack, and it's created content. No, that was a fucking podcast. Come on, man. Anytime you sit at that table and the cameras are surrounded there, that is the place where there's production. Everything else is done outside of there.
I don't know if he's running his play. I don't know what he's doing.
What's up, Rock?
Porky
Thank you,
is sitting
baby.
here lying.
I am so
As
happy
always.
that God woke me up today.
He wasn't just
And
some
you as
bystander.
well, you beautiful soul.
Porky was Lucy's handler.
You already know.
He knew exactly
Right now, 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 right now.
Rock is still with us. Hold up. Shout out to my dude dog with the motherfucking donation. He said, till the fucking wheels fall off. I appreciate you, dog soldier. So,
what Lucy was going to say.
if you aren't a member
He
here,
even admitted that
become
the
a
information
motherfucking
was
member,
too hot
bro.
for him to present.
We do monthly
So he brought
giveaways
Lucy
to our
to No
members
Jumper
here.
to say it himself.
We trying
But
to
now Porky's acting like he had no idea what Lucy was going to
and
say
we do
on that
giveaways
platform.
to the ones
Now
that
that
give
we
to
know
us.
so much more about Loose Cannon, doesn't it seem exceedingly
Over here, we expose the fake and we congratulate the great. The great get congratulated over here.
unlikely that Big U actually placed this phone call about Nipsey right before Nipsey died?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you why I believed him at the time. And today, on my way here, Gigi told me some shit that changed that. Okay. Cease and desist come to you, right? Yeah. At the same time, he tells me Urban Flicks gets a cease and desist.
Porky lies so much it's almost routine at this point. he's sitting there lying to Adam again. And Adam's just letting it happen. Porky told Adam that he received a cease and desist from Big U at the same time Lucy did. That's a lie, and both of them know it. The truth is, Lucy was supposed to release his Urban Flicks video on February 14th. But on February 2nd, he suddenly popped up with a fake cease and desist, conveniently stopping him from showing the world the clip of Big U allegedly predicting Nipsey's death. Adam, on the other hand, didn't receive a cease and desist until nearly a month later.
Yeah.
This is just Porky doing what he always does, trying to cover up one lie with another.
Fake.
So I'm like, okay.
Desist, bro. Remember, that was the cease and desist that the cops and the feds wanted from Adam, wasn't it? It was that, wasn't it?
Cease and desist go to Adam to pull him down, talking about it. Then Urban Flicks gets one so they won't put it in the thing, right? So when I tell Gigi this, because Gigi said, well, why did you believe it? And I told her this, right? And she said, no, Wack, Urban Flicks did get a cease and desist. But it was from me, not Big U. Oh. So they got a cease and desist. He just tell me it's from Big U. So my ideology is like, if Adam got one to
Gigi, if you're watching, don't fuck with this dude. I mean, do what you do. You're an adult. I understand why Gigi's coming out. I've watched and listened to her story 10, 15 times. I'm not going to say I'm an avid Gigi watcher because she's said a lot, y'all. And I just can't keep up with everything. But like, I think don't line yourself with this dude, man. Do what you do on your own. Shout out to 205KK. If you're on IG, follow me. Say, put me in, coach. Hit me in message and I'll throw you in the riot room with the members. Salute to that shit, man. Appreciate you. We got a new member. We got a new member. We got a new member.
Right now, 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 right now.
And Primo just hit the chime. Primo just hit the chime. Primo just hit the chime. He said, gang, gang.
pull that down. And
Oh, man. Shout out to Primo, bro, for the gang, gang. Appreciate you, Primo. You already know, bro.
Right now, 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 right now.
Let's fucking go, man. Let's fucking go.
Netflix got one to not to play it. It must.
The information is coming out. Whoever you radio ass motherfuckers are, they're all coming out. They're all coming out, bro. I don't give a fuck who it is. Whoever is ratting in this case, somebody is going to leak it. I don't give a fuck if it's a right letter home. Listen how easy something is to leak from prison or jail. You go to your next cellmate. You write a letter, right? You write a letter home. And you say, blah, 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 blah. Dude is a rat. CI number, blah, 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 blah. Dude is a rat. CI number, blah, 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 blah. You fold that letter up real nice and good. Then you take it to your next door neighbor and you say, hey, write your family a letter home, but I need you to give this letter to this person. Boom. That letter goes inside of that letter. Information has been leaked. It just might take a couple days.
So I said, well, Gigi, what kind of cease and desist did you serve Urban Flicks? She said all the footage with Black China.
Hold on. All it takes these days, too, is to get a crash out on the phone at home with their mom to do a three-way and then just start telling. It's that easy.
all the footage that was shot in our home in Riverside or wherever they live, right? I called the cameraman. The cameraman said Loose Cannon never paid him. So I, in fact, paid the cameraman and brought all the footage. I then serviced Urban Flicks and said, if any of this footage is in this show, I'm going to sue you. I own it. So, yeah, it was a cease and desist there. But the whole time I'm thinking,
not for Big
you
U.
serve Urban Flicks to cease and desist. See what you getting one and them getting one. See what you getting one and them getting one.
Porky keeps trying to push this false narrative that Adam 22 received a cease and desist either before or at the same time as Lucy. But he's lying, plain and simple.
What's up,
the truth
Candy
is,
Rain?
Lucy pulled out that fake cease and desist on February 2nd, 12 days before he was supposed to drop the Urban Flicks video on February 14th. Adam didn't get his cease and desist until nearly a month later.
Damn.
Porky knows this, but he's trying to rewrite the timeline to cover up yet another one of his lies.
I'll be getting baked up here, y'all.
See what you getting one and them getting one. I'm like, okay, he don't want Loose talking about it, and he don't want them putting it up. But come to find out, the cease and desist that went to Urban Flicks was from Gigi. Had nothing to do with Big U. Had nothing to do with Big U. Had nothing to do with Big U.
So Porky just admitted to everyone that Loose Cannon was lying about the cease and desist.
We said this already, didn't we? We said this. Yeah, we got lots of new folks, man. I appreciate the new folks coming in. How about that, Rock? We love it, don't we? You want to see how if he's going to spin it? Knowing Wack, he's going to try. Knowing Wack, he's going to try. This is what I want to push, folks. If you're young and you're out there and you're doing crazy shit, don't get caught. And the chances of you not getting caught are slim to none. There is no retirement plan for being a gangster. When you get 65, you don't get a pension. You don't get, oh, you worked for us for 25 years. We'll give you this for the rest every month for the rest of your life. That don't happen. There is no 401k in gangsterism. And you will be broke. And you will be a homeless bum. All your friends will be dead. Your family will be gone, or none of them will care about you. Or you'll just be in prison. Take a different path. Stay in school, join the military, become law enforcement, doctors, ITs, computer technicians, electrical engineers. Be something that you want to be. You can be whoever you want to be, but you have to take time and strides towards that. There is ways out. This is not the way out. You don't get in trouble and then say, oh, better tell us my way out of it. That's a rat. Someone that's out doing something and gets caught and then decides to tell their way out of it, that's what I consider a rat. If I'm riding with you and some dude pulls up next to us and he's talking shit to you and that dude pops him, I'm not going to jail for my friend. He better tell who in the fuck he popped. He better tell him that he popped him. Or I'm getting out of the car and I'm going to go tell on him myself. That's not a rat. A rat is someone out doing crimes themselves that sneak their way out of it because they want to tell on somebody else. And most of the times, it's your dealer that does it.
He claimed Big U sent him. But here's the real question. If it was Gigi who actually sent the cease and desist,
I appreciate that.
Then where did Porky get the one he read out loud on Clubhouse?
Well, we do
the
giveaways
one he claimed
every month
came from Big
channel.
U. Think about
And
that
Troll
as you get
can't
ready to hear
win.
the audio. in just a minute.
So Big U cease and desist that he served you was really in the right lane because he's saying it's a lie. If he's saying it's a lie, then it's defamation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Big U cease and desist that he served you was really in the right lane because he's saying it's a lie. If he's saying it's a lie, then it's defamation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No,
Just like
we don't
that,
know what you're saying.
Porky finally admits that Big U never sent Loose Cannon a cease and desist. Now he's backpedaling, claiming Big U was actually in the right for sending one to Adam and No Jumper, because according to him, Lucy's statements during that interview were slap.
You know what the problem is? Here's the problem. Take this theory, y'all. If you're already working for the law, right? If you're already working for the law, let's say such as Wack. These are my opinions. These are just theories, hypotheses, okay? If you're already working for the law, such as Wack, and you don't want to be in people's paperwork, you don't want to be involved in all that, right? Why not assemble a team that will do it for you? Why not put together people that will just fold under pressure as soon as they're caught too? Why not? Hell yeah, you go, girl.
Slanderous, defamatory lies. Mind you, this is the same interview where Porky was sitting right next to Lucy, co-signing everything he said. Now he's pretending he had no idea what was coming and trying to wash his hands of it.
So Big U cease and desist that he served you was really in the right lane because he's saying it's a lie. If he's saying it's a lie, then it's defamation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So once she told me this shit today, I'm like, oh shit. She said, yeah, Wack. I said, yeah, I thought he said, no, that's what he told y'all because it fit.
This moment right here proves what many of us already knew. Porky has no integrity and absolutely zero credibility.
None.
So let's rewind the clock and listen to Porky.
Shout out to the chat.
Slandered and outright lied on Big U, supporting Lucy's lie about a cease and desist. So Porky already admitted that Lucy never received a cease and desist from Big U. It actually came from Gigi, according to him. So where did the fake cease and desist that Porky read on Clubhouse come from? Remember, everything you're going to hear Porky say next was a lie, and he just went in front of Aryan Adam and admitted that. This is COINTELPRO at its finest.
Yo, man, so you know how this bozo been saying, they all been saying Loose Cannon lying, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, shit. All right.
Oh, we got content.
Please, you look at it. Okay, so if
No, I
Loose Cannon is
sometimes
lying.
wonder, how much time do you need on your hands to sit on Clubhouse and listen to Wack 100? How much time do you really need on your hands? Do you not own a television? Is there no televisions in your home?
February 2nd, 2024. Tremaine Williams, a.k.a. Loose Cannon. Right? Dear Mr. Williams, the law firm represents Mr. Eugene Henley. We are contacting you regarding your publication and unintended publication of certain audio and or audio-visual recordings.
What's up, Miss Blaine?
Featuring Henley. Collectively, the footage. You are hereby directed to cease and desist any and all use of the footage in any manner, including without limitation to use of Henley's voice, image, likeness, and reference to his personal or professional business. Collectively, NIL, right? This demand includes posting the footage or the NIL on social media and featuring and foregoing in any film, television, programming, and streaming. Nigga, if it,
I
you, if
wouldn't watch
it never
Clubhouse
happened,
on my
why the
TV.
fuck you got your attorney
Hold on, I
serving?
got one better than
Oh
you.
shit, I'm looking. I'm reading it. Hold on, I'm reading it.
Bro.
Oh shit.
No, hold on, bro.
Hold on, Todd. Hold on,
Like,
Todd.
you dudes are sitting around with
If it
phones and
never happened,
bored.
why would you
Bored.
serve if you never said these things?
Oh, cease and desist.
FaceTime, it never happened. Why do you have your attorney serving loose cannon a cease and desist about it? Haley
There was
refused to sign
never
the
no
contract
cease and
to
desist about it.
allow you to use the footage. And any programmer stands firm in refusal. Listen, look, bro, this nigga.
That's crazy.
He just
Bro.
admitted to work.
Bro, hey, bro, this is real shit. You will never, and I'm going to say this, because I'm going to use myself. You will never see me serve Mika paperwork saying you can't put out the footage of you putting fingers in my ass. You know why?
What about you taking down the World Star video? You would never serve papers on Mika putting fingers in my ass because listen to this analogy. That just busts you right there. That busts you right there, you egotistical maniac. That tells you because you have a guilty conscience. I would never have Mika I would never ever tell Mika to take something down, her putting fingers in my ass. You know why? Because she didn't put fingers in my ass. But I'll call World Star and have a lawsuit put on them about that CS2 back. Because why? Huh? Because why? Because that CS2 back might be real? Oh. But you never take down what Mika said, right? You would never take that down. But you'll take down what World Star says. I get it. I get it totally.
Why? Because it never happened.
Never happened. Never didn't exist. Why even?
You know it don't exist.
What's good, Miss Blaze? Thank you for being here. You're putting
That's a fact. That's confirmation.
Hey, yo.
I know T-Money, you like to talk your
That's
shit.
confirmation.
He put name images.
I used to be his brain, bro.
If you ain't hit that like button or subscribe yet, please do so. We close to reaching 1,000. We're trying to do that. If you could help me out so graciously, I would appreciate it. This channel appreciates the people of its channel.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
That's a bozo number 8. That's a bozo number 8.
Nigga getting spanked with facts all year.
And let me tell you what's spooky. Hold on, bro. I wasn't going to do this. This just 2 days ago. Loose Cannon said that nigga don't want to have no conversation with me. Cuz don't want to fuck with me. He won't even get on the phone. Watch this, Wack. Watch this. Who in here got who in here got audio? Eric in here? Who in here? Josh?
We got a couple of
Down
them in
on
here.
the road to 1K2. Let's go.
That's Eric. That's Eric Wack.
Eric?
Yeah.
If you're not a member, become a member.
Nah.
Okay, hold on.
If you don't follow me on IG, follow me on IG. It's on the ticker down below. If you become a member here, we put you in the IG room, the riot room, full of members only. And anything goes in there. Y'all can chit chat about whatever y'all want. Just keep it respectful. We got moderators in there. I'll be making more moderators in there as we go. Hey, it's just a place for people to mingle.
Oh, you said Eric in there.
But it's
Yeah,
members
Eric.
only.
Eric started at 1 minute. I don't want to dox. I was giving Cannon his phone number. I was giving Cannon, started at 1 minute. I was giving Cannon his phone number. I don't want to dox his phone number. He probably can't handle that. Everybody ain't a whack. This is the other day. He like, I said, yo, you know the nigga calling around with your ex-wife. He said, man, my motherfucking ex-wife, I ain't fuck with that bitch. And you. He said, oh, I'm gonna call her right now. He said, now, if
Wack's still
one
married,
of your
right?
homeboys was doing what I was doing to you, you gonna holler at him. I said, for sure. He said, watch this.
Nah, you're good.
Was
You're
this?
good, Wookie. I
And he
appreciate you,
started
bro.
telling him,
You
hey,
already know,
look,
man.
check this out. Nick Loose
I hate
Cannon
work
hung
too,
the
bro.
phone up quick.
I do too.
That's
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Big U.
That's what I'm doing
Yeah,
this for. People at the work
Loose
job.
cannon.
The job is
Like all
job.
those games that you playing, bro, with lying ass Gigi and stuff. Oh, bitch ass, hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. Right? I'm telling you, cuz no.
Yo.
Big U, bitch.
Do you see now how the disinformation campaign really works? Porky's clubhouse clergy aren't just a bunch of loud, low-budget cheerleaders. They're tools. Carefully placed pieces in a bigger strategy to echo his lies, amplify his slander, and reinforce the false narratives he wants you to believe. This isn't random. It's coordinated. And it's calculated.
All
I
of
heard
the
through the
CW
grapevine
list is coming out,
that
bro.
there might be a case that
Then we'll
you are
go over
working on
something again with
exposing
y'all.
that involves loose cannon.
This is pretty spooky,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Can you give me a preliminary briefing on
Yeah, he's
what
still
this is
married
about?
at the time.
Nah, the thing is, man, it's like some defamation stuff. You know, I want to speak on it so everything is actually done with. You know, I got some very, very nice paid attorneys handling everything for me. So, you know, but real soon, probably next week, we'll hear something. I just don't want to speak on it yet.
Okay.
That's why I didn't say nothing, because it's his content.
Wack said that he don't want to talk about it either. Okay,
Well,
because I went to your
That's why
channel,
he
I was
didn't
looking for
say
the
that,
YouTube
because it's
video
his
about it. I
content.
didn't see anything, but a few people know about it.
What video?
No, I went to your channel looking for a video about it because somebody told me that you were working on something, and I didn't see anything. So I assume it's still in the works.
Well, see, what I do is I give out little signals at the end of my videos. So you can't just look at the title or watch the beginning.
Oh, okay.
So people who told you about it, they're either watching my live or watching some of my long videos.
Got it. Okay. Well, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, let's get it, man.
I mean, you took Big U down, and I guess Loose Cannon's next, huh? You're gonna get
You're crazy.
everybody getting 600.
Why you?
That's a good point, Big Ridge. I like hearing that shit. Loose, Sharice not matching the same energy as Wack. Loose is fucked. But I would suggest if they have any evidence of Wack criminality, I would utilize it. I wouldn't go down alone. Fuck it. I'm 46 years old, bro. I wouldn't be out there committing those crimes. But if I had a 40-year sentence hanging over my head, I would be telling, bro. What do you want to know? I'm not 22 anymore. I'm 44. What do you want to know? I'm putting Wack in all that, especially him being an enemy. I'm throwing all my enemies under the bus. And then if they don't want them, I'm going after my friends. Fuck it. Shit, bro. 40 years on top of on being 42, you're not going to make it out alive. Plus, you're going to have to walk SNY yards, fucking dropout yards, and then them yards will beat your ass too. And then you had to check into the hole for the rest of your life. Fuck all that. Wack has been threatening Sharice. That's why I think some of it is a play. Just a little bit of it. Because why wouldn't she? As her being a woman, why would she sit around being scared of these motherfuckers? I don't think they know anything about each other at all.
Why y'all say like
Sharice gets ugly, bro. Sharice gets ugly. Wack 100 and the what's up with the game? Did the game lose his home? Is that what happened? Ain't the home in Wack name? That was the first time they linked. I think they linked on Clubhouse a little bit, didn't they? Right? Did the game lose his house? They're coming after all the game's money.
Boom, here we are. So you see what happens when you follow a story for about a year and then you just drop the ball on one thing and then it spirals into something else? Yeah. Well, I have the court docs that show exactly what happened and how he ended up losing that $4 million Calabasas mansion. Well, actually, it's like $3 million and change, but they're rounding it off to be a cool $4 million. Salute to everybody that is in the chat on the late night, because this is.
Does $4 million buy you a nice house in Cali? $4 million buy you a real nice here.
Is the late night pour up with Henny. So I see all of y'all coming in. Get comfortable, my dears, because we are about to pour it all the way up. And we're going to start here with this video. Now, if you didn't watch it or you missed it or whatever it is, don't worry, because I'm about to take you there. Because as usual,
live sub count,
academics,
man. Everybody, please sub to me. Appreciate y'all.
Wack.
Let's see what the
to
subs
find
say.
out about the situation
live
that was
sub
going
count,
on
y'all.
with the game. And Wack
How do I
100
do that? Let's
fed
see here.
academics a bunch of lies. Yes, he did. And I'm going to point out all the lies. And then we're going to watch a couple of old videos that I did covering this case. And we're going to read a few docs. So some of you may fall asleep while this live is going. And if not, and you stay up, then you are in for a big, big treat. But we're not going to spend too much more time. We're going to get right into it. So let's listen to the lies that Wack told DJ Academics.
Oh, I think her sound goes out a little bit. Let me see if she gets it right. I'm pretty sure she does.
Then we're going to get
There we
it got
go.
out of Wack. It got out of JTT Holdings and into Wack's possession.
If
But we'll
it
get
buys
into
about
that
four
step by
nices
step
there,
after
I bet it would buy
we
four
debunk
nices.
him.
It buys a nice house. What's up, Sarah? Salute to everybody. How y'all feeling today? It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, y'all. I know y'all living good.
We seen all the facts and what's gone. Not to cut you off, even though I am, because we saw the Soulja Boy thing, and Soulja Boy lost, and supposedly owes $4 million. Soulja Boy apparently went to court, and he showed up every day. They talked about his demeanor. What happened? So the game never went to court?
He absolutely never went to court, and he played games.
No, court date in Chicago. So I want to say the day, maybe the day before, day or two before, he had a something was going on his dental issues, so he went in, right? So when he went into the dentist, they had to do like a emergency procedure or something, whatever it was. So, you know, when you go to do certain procedures, they ask you, do you plan on flying or whatever? He said, I got to fly to Chicago.
You're blaming it on the dentist.
The dentist told him, based on whatever he gave him or used, he advised him not to fly, right? So I took that information and forwarded it to the attorney. The attorney still flies up to Chicago. And when he gets up there, he presents the document to the judge. For some reason, bro, the judge wasn't having it. To a point, the judge, during court, called the fucking dentist. Really? Thinking maybe it's fake. You should better go find this shit in the minutes, bro. It's in Chicago.
And he is absolutely correct, because if you know anything about Henny, you know Henny got the damn court docs.
Yep, she does. She got him.
Let me just show y'all. Let me put
got
the
him,
doc
y'all.
up on the screen for y'all so y'all can see it.
Salute, baby. AD
Is it this
telling? No, I'm not telling. I might tell. I mean, if like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. I don't sell drugs anymore. Like, I'll buy a bunch of pot and like fleece it off to homeboys and shit sometimes. But like, I don't like sell drugs anymore. So like, I don't put myself in predicaments to where I'll have to snake people to get myself out of stuff. Everything I've ever gotten myself in trouble with, there was never really anyone to ever lie on. So like, I always had to fucking take my own crimes. You know what I mean? Sure, I probably could have said, "Hey, let me out of this stupid ass theft, and I'll go tell on all this," and I could have, but I never did. I've had dealing charges and shit, but like, I don't tell. Fuck all that. But what I'm saying is, if I roll up and we're at the fucking parking at the fucking red light and some dude pulls up and my homeboy starts arguing with somebody and shoots him, I'm going to probably have to tell on my homeboy. I'm going to have to tell. Especially if he's trying to say, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. And he's trying to put it off on me. Oh, I'm fucking going to point. I'm going to have fucking 6 hands in there pointing. You're damn right. I'm a civilian. I'm a normal human living adult now. Like, I raise my kids. My youngest child is fucking graduating at the end of this month. Shit. I raised my kids to be productive members of society.
Yep, it's this one.
I'd take the
This is the
stand. I
court
swear
doc
to
right
God, I
here.
would. Over a
And
murder?
oh, yes, ladies and
I ain't do
gentlemen, boys and
nothing.
girls,
Fuck
we're
it,
going to
bro.
get in the court doc and we're going to compare it to what old Wacky Doodle Doo had to say about it, because he told some of the truth, but you know him. I've always told y'all, he
Can't
takes
go
a
to
little bit
work,
of the
my
truth,
dentist.
mixes it up with some shit water, and mixes it up with a little bullshit and gives you shit water. Okay, that's why we call him duty shooter. PP liquor. Y'all already know why we call him that.
PP
But anyway,
liquor.
let's continue, y'all.
Not to fly because of the altitude, some shit, I don't know, right? Bro, the judge and the dentist end up doing a back and forth. The judge flexing, telling him, I'm a judge, and I said, and the dentist is saying, shit, I trump you. You know what I'm saying? So he did have a procedure done. I forgot what it was. He has his paperwork. This is how the judge was able to call the dentist.
The procedure that the game is alleged to have had is 2 root canals.
Wow. I've had 1 root canal done with no Novocaine, bro. I swear to you, when I was in the joint, they fucked me up so bad one time with Novocaine. The second time I went in, the root canal was done with no Novocaine. This crybaby ass game. I got 2 root canals. I can't fly. And probably had all the good drugs in the world.
It activated the judgment. The crazy part about it, the original filing was like for like $1 million, $2 million. Yeah. Right? But for whatever reason, because the judge was feeling the way he was feeling, he bumped that shit up to like 5 million, 7 million, some crazy shit. Really? So from that point, it was a dog fight. So this is all over a default judgment because the game didn't. That's it. Really? That's it. So wait, what about appeal though? Because you could appeal that. Did all that, bro. It's fine.
And then he went and got the house put in his name, bro.
Now, again, Wack is lying about things, because it is not about the fact that the judge in Chicago felt the way and so she lost the house. I mean, he lost the house.
Hold on. What are we saying, Reg? Hold on, man. Incredible Diapers is a shell company to just funnel money and do racketeering and fraud? Yeah, that company hasn't even made $1, has it? Has it made $1? I ain't putting my money in Incredible Diapers. That fucking company's been talked about for 5 years and nothing's came up from it.
That's not what happened. Okay, the game was out here playing games.
Yep.
We're gonna get into the court doc, and I'm gonna read it for you guys.
Hold on. Everybody remembers what the game was doing. Bullshitting, not showing up to court, saying, fuck this bitch, fuck that broad, I ain't paying her shit. We all remember.
I'm gonna read it from the top and take it all the way down. All right. The game was playing games, and that's how he lost that case out there in Chicago. But the reason why he's losing this case right here in California, because the case was transferred from Chicago, Illinois, to Los Angeles Superior Courts. And once the case got to Los Angeles, that's when things got tricky. And that's when Priscilla's lawyer, put it in writing about how Wack and the game were funneling money and assets through shell companies and all of that. And
So
the judge ordered
incredible.
them to reverse that stuff. But they never reversed it. They kept it as it was. And now here we are today. And I know that there's some holes in that explanation. And I promise you, I'm going to plug them in for you a little later on. I don't want to give too much away right this second. Now, the game absolutely did try to appeal the judgment that was made in California, where the lien got placed on the Calabasas home. He did try to appeal that. I did cover that not too long ago, but the judge said, and the game tried to go ahead and appeal it one more time, appeal the judge's decision, and was supposed to show up to court. And guess what? He never showed up to court. So the default judgment, all the motions, everything went through. But even now in this litigation, as you will see, they were still trying to fight Priscilla tooth and nail on getting what is rightfully.
Bro. Oh, the game ain't broke. This motherfucker's got to give up his home. The game is broke, or he would have just paid the bitch. What are you talking about? Are y'all goofy? Oh, you must be on that baby powder, huh? Ha! Stupid motherfucker.
And legally hers, which is that $7 million plus interest.
It's like 2015. Yeah. So why you think it's been 10 years?
Yeah,
This, that. I've been fighting in court.
Yeah, the whole get to know us. The whole production for their company is weak, bro. Weak. Here's our mission. Oh yeah, great mission for diapers.
Lies and deceit.
The attorney dude over there, because every now and then he does this shit, he'll just like contact all the blogs. But you know, as of yet,
I've never been contacted by an attorney. Thank you.
Never.
what you're trying to get, it ain't there. You know what I mean? So I don't really know what the angle is. I do know she's been getting paid. She's been getting paid. Day one, you know, she's gotten payments.
But I thought he said that she wasn't getting payments. And he's saying she was getting payments day one, and she wasn't, because they were funneling their money through F12 and Associates, past Go to Win, and JTT Holdings in order to keep the game's royalties from going into her pocket. And she has rights to snatch up that royalty, snatch up his assets, anything that comes in as income, she gets a cut of that. And they was hiding all of that. Yeah, baby. If you missed that video, don't worry. We finna watch it.
So they keep trying to say you are.
She's cooking, bro.
You
And does.
What's all of his assets? He likes to do that a lot too. He likes to do that a lot too. Well, what's all that? Well, what is that? Well, what are you talking about? Well, what do you mean? He does that all the time.
I think people don't know that. So, yeah, a lot of people don't. Go to the last album, Drillmatic. Go to iTunes real quick, guy. Go to iTunes, pull up Drillmatic.
Now, Henny Glasses in the chat. If y'all actually heard of Drillmatic, and if you're from Cali, you don't count. Because you probably did hear about. Well, no, I'm not gonna say y'all don't count, because you do count. Because sometimes y'all don't know.
I do not know about Drillmatic. I'll raise my hand. I haven't listened to the game in 20 years. I raise my hand. Swear to God. I'll be honest. In the last 10 years, West Coast music has not moved me. There have been very few far in between artists, even from the East Coast. In the last 10 years, very few far in between artists. The South has taken over the music game.
Know anything about stuff either.
Scroll down to the bottom. Tell me what it tells you. Give me 1 second. You know, when you go to the... I know how to find it. Drillmatic. I'm in this profile now. Let's look at it. Go to the album, the playlist. Drillmatic Hard versus Mine 2022. Yeah, scroll to the bottom where it tells you the labels. It says 2022 100 ENT / Pneumatic Inc. Okay, what does that say? That it was.
That's true. That you've put it under your label so that he could keep the money from it, so that she doesn't get it. That's exactly what that tells me. Nobody up in this motherfucker stupid. What's good, motherfucking TY? How are you?
At least partially on 100 ENT.
Yeah. So you can funnel the money.
Right, through the means of, I think I did Virgin Records back then. I think like Virgin was back, right? So what people gotta understand is, like, when it comes to certain things that you are labeled, that's not owning the game asset. That's having a part of it that belongs to you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's business.
Now, remember, I just told you he was funneling money through them shell companies, and we all know that he was funneling money through them shell companies. And now he's trying to play it off like, oh, no, I'm owed that because I'm not only the manager, I'm the label. But wait, during the transcripts, didn't he say he wasn't the manager and he had no contract with the game, but that he was a broker, that he brokered deals between venues and artists, but he was not a manager? He did say that. Now, all of a sudden, he's the manager and the label. Child, the lies, the lies, the lies.
I'm trying to pump the volume for y'all.
The assets I own, respectfully, belong to me. The assets he owns belongs to him.
That's how it's supposed to be.
But y'all frauding, baby. That's fraud.
I don't keep up with what the artists have, but that ain't my job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That ain't what I do. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no. Really, pretty much. I heard the same shit from Blueface's mother, if you ever talked to her. She said the same shit about her son, and then she realized, hey, I was wrong. And I said, yeah, I may have helped assist a motherfucker get or acquire. But if it's in their name, it's in their name. It's their shit. If it's in my name is my shit. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what.
Man, he's gonna go to prison. Wack should be in prison right now, bro. He's funneling money for the game. He's fucking doing stupid shit in this Rico with Big U. Why isn't this man behind bars? That's all you got to ask. Why isn't this man behind bars? Fire, Phoenix.
James assets is in your name. Whatever percentage of music that I own contractually, because of that's the structure of the business, that's me. That's like saying, oh, Birdman owns some of Lil Wayne shit. The album came out of under Cash Money, right? Yeah. So whatever percentage goes to Birdman is gonna go to Birdman.
Maybe so, bro. Maybe so, bro.
Go to UMG. But people just say some shit and they
Maybe
just
so.
don't make sense. I don't know one motherfucker, or it might be some out there that just owns 100% of a nigga shit unless we brought him out. Okay, I don't know.
Thank you to everybody hit that subscriber button. I appreciate you.
That would be court docs.
When you talk to Game about this, how does he feel about this? Because it feel like this might be.
Hold on. Uno momento. Let me show y'all something. Because I really just, like, I really, y'all know me. I like to debunk the hell out of him. And I just really cannot hold it to myself anymore. But let me get this damn document up here on this screen. What he owns, and what the game owns, the game owns. However, comma, this is a deed transfer.
No one tackled yet.
And the deed transfer went
hey,
to
bro, it's just like
Cash McElroy Jones.
I've said this, bro. Like Wack's taking over the game.
This is where
like,
the deed
this
transfer.
is what he holds.
Now
over the
it went
game.
where?
This is why
JTT Holdings, B&B
This is why the game career sucks now, because Wack holds all this over him. Like, Wack should have this motherfucker out working. Should have him in all the big shows all through the summer. Come on,
group B&B. Who remembers The Wire? Because B&B reminds me of that. Anyway, from B&B Associates, recording requested by B&B Associates, and when recorded, mailed to a recorded, mailed to JTT Holdings, right? So this went from JTT Holdings. Let me show you right here. This went from JTT Holdings to Cash McElroy Jones. But don't worry. We're going to get into all of this in a moment. But I'm just showing you that I do have the docs. In case you are new here, this is Hennessy Reviews. And over here, I catch three-finger duty shooter PP Liquor and all of his lies. But now, let's continue with the charade that he is putting on. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done.
Hey, Wack, I ain't gonna lie to you. The game is the reason, like, I ain't gonna lie. I promise you. So last year I probably paid about $700,000 in legal, just like legal fees. And I've always just chalked it up as, you know, in some of the stuff you get it back because, you know, sometimes, you know, if somebody loses, you get a countersuit and
this part.
Yeah, it's a lot of things to it. But you know what I've realized? The reason why I respond to everything is because I'm like, I don't want some slimy, nasty whore who sues me, and I'm like, fuck.
Some slimy, nasty whore who sues him. This is why I be on. Let me just get through this.
Dirty, bro.
And this bitch runs around for like whatever years. You can't do it. But in this situation, it wasn't that he was like.
Salute, King Buckwild.
The motherfucker, bro, listen, respectfully. Kanye West's mother, right?
What does this have to do with anything?
Nothing. He does all these extra details. He does this. That's what liars do. They add all these extra details.
No, Blueface is now. Let me pause this. Blueface's house is in Blueface's name, but the same thing is about to go down for Blueface.
Ooh. What's up, Misguided Media?
There's nothing we can do. Like, it's not, there's nothing we can do because once the doctor tells you what not to do, and you do it anyway.
Him and Kim got separated.
So it was kind of like a situation. I do remember the reality show. And, it might be a good thing for you to go read the complaints because if I can remember, she said, he touched my ass in the club. Now, this is the thing.
She did not say he touched my ass in the club. I'm going to read what she said.
She was on the actual reality show. It's a elimination show.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask you something, Wack. When do you think it became a problem? Before or after she was eliminated? Most likely after. After she's eliminated, a month after the date she says, Game touched my ass in the club. Wasn't that show with like MTV? Yeah, it was like 51 Minds. Oh, no. VH1. There was no witnesses to this shit. I was shocked by
And lie.
Cross their T's and dot their I's and make sure like these women signed something that they couldn't file a lawsuit like this. I don't know. I didn't have nothing to do with that show in particular. At the time, I didn't really like the show because it was pulling Game away from the image I felt worked for him best.
Isn't that the same thing he said about Blueface? He didn't like the TV thing because he felt like it was messing with his image. Let's continue.
Yep, sure did.
To me, I felt like it was softening up.
Sure did.
Which the foundation of Game
That's dope.
wasn't built on the soft image. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of introducing his first name. So Game was like slightly going from the Game to JCI. Because JCI is him, that's his name. But in the line of work that I'm doing with him, the Game is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Unless, you know what I'm saying? Game was no comment, gangster rap. You know what I mean? West Coast, raw uncut.
So what are you saying? Game ain't a gangster?
That's what that was, but I kind of felt like he thought he was building a bigger audience, a female audience. So, he was right how he saw it. And you can't avoid this type of shit. If a female wanna just say you did something, this ain't no shiny sharp shit. There's no text messages. There's no audio.
Yeah, I feel like Wack's got something over the Game, bro. And if it's his money, then that's serious. Like, that'd be something serious to have over my head, would be my money. That's what I think. Straight up. He can't. He's got something over him. He can't let him go. And if it's his money, that's serious, bro. I'm telling you, it's serious. I wouldn't want nobody over my money like that. But if you got sued for all of it and you trust this guy, and now you can't trust him, it's like, oh, fuck. He's got all my money and power.
Approaching her, none of that. It's just her saying
That is his life. I mean,
all right. So we're gonna stop. There's only like a couple of minutes left. I can't take but so much of Wack, and y'all know that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get right back over here to that good old. Remember that memorandum that I told y'all? Well, that's the document. He told academics and the world to go look for the minutes. But y'all know that I have been following this case for about a year. Like I said, let me get my watermark over here because that's what I do. If you don't like the watermark, I feel sorry for you because I'm gonna do my watermark thing. Anyway, let's get the screen. How I like the screen. Boom, the document is up here. So now this is the memorandum, and this memorandum is from 2008. Now let's compare this to what Wack said in the allegation. So it says the complaint filed in early August of 2015, alleging the following: Rainey was cast as one of several females contestants on the VH1 reality show called She Got Game, a production essentially patterned on The Bachelor, with Taylor, the game, a rap artist who performs under the stage name The Game, as the male lead. In May 2015, while the show was filming in the Chicago area, Taylor took Rainey on an off-camera date to Adriana's sports bar in Markham, Illinois. Taylor sexually battered Rainey that night, including by reaching his hand inside her dress and rubbing her bare vagina and buttocks in front of the crowd of onlookers. That's what she said. Man. It wasn't just touching her rear end. It was rubbing her area and groping her behind in front of a bunch of onlookers. Doesn't sound so simple and innocent to me. Now, does it? Sounds like some BS was going on. Anyways, so now it says at status hearing in early October of 2015 and early November of 2015, Rainey's attorney reported on his unsuccessful efforts to serve the game. Okay. In December of 2015, Rainey moved to approve alternative services after 5 process servers in 3 states, one of whom tried 41 times to personally serve the game at his home, could not effectuate service, meaning they could not serve the game at his home. So it wasn't just a matter of him ducking court, as Wack told academics. It was a matter.
He ducked the fucking summons, bro. How you gonna say, "Oh, I can't appear my teeth," but you ducked the summons too?
Of Wack, the game was ducking everything, including like being served, right? The court granted the motion, ruling that if the game does not answer or otherwise plead to the complaint within the required time frame, the court would enter a default judgment under Civil Rule 55A and will proceed to approving up hearing.
That's what I say. If Luce and Sharice got anything on him, activate. The world's watching. I want to see it.
Game did not answer or otherwise plead during the required time frame, and so the court entered a Rule 55A default on February 1st, 2016, stating, "I have given the defendant plenty of opportunity to appear in this court. The plaintiff established that the defendant was evading service, so I issued an order allowing for alternative service, and there were about 3 belts and 2 pairs of suspenders in that order." I don't know what that means, but that's what the judge said, okay? And the defendant certainly knows about this case. There has been a lot of chatter about it on social media, and I just can only assume, based on the lack of responsibility in court, that the defendant knows about the case, has been served with alternative service, with summons and the complaint, and has elected not to respond. So all the way back when this case first started, the reason why the case went into default is because the game was ducking and dodging.
We all remember this case, bro. We watched TMZ say it. He's ducking the fucking subpoena. We ducked. Hey, he's ducking the subpoena. He's ducking the subpoena. TMZ was saying it every time. Game running from this person. Game won't show up to court. And once again, The game didn't show up to court.
No, this is not how he ended up.
happens every
Let's
time.
continue. All right. So,
dude, you know what's fucking stupid? Here's where I would be mad. Here's where I would be fucking mad. You got this manager out running around in the middle of every goddamn social media platform in the world, making his name look like shit. But he's your manager. So you know what he also does? He makes the game's name look like shit. Like, why don't you stay the fuck out the media, bro? Do you see fucking the game out here? Well, hello, kitty. Hi. He's getting big, ain't he? What do you want, dude? Ain't nothing up here for you. Wait, what do you want? He's making the game look bad. Like if you owe this much money and nobody's fucking with you, the most you want is your manager out here going rah, 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 like waxing more headlines than the game. Like, come on, bro. Yeah. Hey, damn.
the game's lawyer, Andre Williams, who's an attorney out of Florida, appeared in court 10 days later after they already did the default. He went to court 10 days later and shortly thereafter moved to quash.
What kind of low cow shit is that? Oh, I'm here 10 days later. I'm here, y'all. Don't do that judgment on me. You just got off the phone with Cannon? Okay. So Cannon not out on bail, y'all. Don't believe the hype.
Service and set aside the default. On February 24th of 2016, the court denied the motion to quash, reasoning that the record paints a very clear and unmistakable picture of the plaintiff's dodging efforts at service and how she was foiled at effecting service. But the court vacated the default and set trial for November 14th, 2016.
Yeah, we looked him up and it showed he was in MDC. Yeah, we looked him up and it showed he was in MDC.
So the judge at first was gonna, put denied the quash, but then they vacated and went ahead to set a trial for November 14th, right? Right. After the game answered, the case was referred to the magistrate judge, who set a settlement conference for June 16th. The parties and their counsel must personally appear for the settlement conference. And guess what? The game played games. On June 2nd, he moved to reset the settlement conference as one ground for continuance. The game said, now get this, that past Memorial Day weekend, sadly, almost 70 people were shot in the city of Chicago. Due to high volume of violence and likelihood of reprisals due to such violence, the defendant has grave concerns for his safety and for those who assist him during his travel due to his celebrity status. So basically, they had a bunch of stuff jumping off in Chicago, right? And the game used that as an opportunity to say, I fear for my safety and the safety of those who try.
Here's the thing, man. I want to see everybody have a right and fair trial. I mean, whoever's snitching will come out. It's going to come out. Whoever is snitching, like whoever is going to tell, it's going to come out. It's definitely going to come out. And if Loose Cannon is telling, it will come out. If Wack is telling, it's going to come out. They've already said that it's going to come out.
Travel with me. Can we move this date? The next day, the magistrate judge canceled the settlement conference, but cautioned the parties that their trial date on 11/14/2016 is a firm date that will not be extended. Okay. So now, at the next status hearing before the district judge, the court expressed to Williams, which remember is the game's lawyer, great skepticism regarding Taylor's motion. The judge says, unless your client was going to be staying in North Lawndale or East Garfield Park or Inglewood, I don't think he was going to have any problem with the violence in the Chicago area. Not many people are knocked off in a town car from O'Hare to the Four Seasons. So, you know, when I read that, it just struck me as a huge joke. And that only thing you accomplish by doing that is hurting your own credibility and your client's credibility in court. So I'd encourage you to keep that stuff to a minimum, if not eliminate it entirely. So the judge was not trying to hear him. Now, what are you reading, Henny? For those of y'all who are just coming in, what I am reading is the reasons why the game lost his case starting from the beginning, okay? And since Wack went here with everything in the beginning and he had some things to say, I'm going to tell y'all exactly what it is that happened. And since he said go to the minutes, this is the memorandum, and we're getting into it, all right? So now on July 5th, the game moved under U.S. Code 28 to transfer the case to the Central District of California or the Southern District of Florida. So now he's trying to move the case in an efforts to delay it. And of course, the judge denied it. Okay. The judge denied that motion and stated that the parties have known since February 24th of the November 14th trial date. And the game was trying to say that he needed time in order to get his discovery together. And the judge was like, y'all have had 8 months, 8.5 months, almost 9 to get it together. And based off of your history, you have not been showing us that you have diligently been looking into your case.
I don't even want to get involved with Wack at all, bro. Ain't nothing happening. Dude, I think the game knew he was going to lose this case. I did. I think the game knew he was going to lose this case. He kept missing court. He kept trying to have it moved. He kept trying to have all these excuses throughout the whole fucking case. You know what that tells me, dude? He probably did do these bad things to that woman, bro. He probably did. Like, why would you try to, like, it's probably
and
horrible,
that you really
bro.
honestly give a damn about it. And I'm paraphrasing because I've already read this, but I'm just telling y'all, you know, that you give a damn about this case. So if you were doing your due diligence and actually taking an effort to be involved in your own case, then maybe I would take that up for consideration. But based off of your history and all this clownery and buffoonery that you got your lawyer up in here pulling for you, absolutely not. So now they had a jury trial, you guys. It was a jury trial. So now the jury trial began as scheduled on Monday, November 14th. The game was not present that day, but Williams, his lawyer, informed the court that although Taylor would not be present for jury selection, he would be there the next day. How are you not going to be present for your own jury selection? How? Anyways, as William explained days later, Taylor did not believe. Okay, he did not believe in necessary to appear for the first day of trial because professional basketball star Derrick Rose.
You think they're lovers, Rock? Damn.
The only white boy you know who did it.
The fucking, I think it's probably that Wack has control of his lot of games money. And he don't want to lose that shit. That's what he's got over Game's head. That's what I believe.
As a defendant in his own civil sexual assault case in the District of California, did not appear for his first day of trial. So you didn't go to the first day of your trial because an NBA player from California didn't show up for the first day of his sexual assault case. So you did it for your. Anyway, the difference between Rose's and the game's circumstances, apart from the fact that Rose had a pre-planned obligation the first day of trial, the preseason opener in Houston, is that Rose sought and obtained in advance the judge's permission for missing the first day of trial. Okay.
Yeah,
as where
don't have to come out.
Did not. Okay. By contrast to Rose, Taylor had no professional obligations the first day of trial, and making matters worse, simply took it upon himself to be absent.
Oh, damn.
So he just said, screw the judge, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Okay. When trial resumed on Tuesday, November 15th, Williams notified
this is a simple case of being content cops. They've probably put police into the podcasting sector of YouTube, which doesn't blow my mind. They had hip hop cops back in the day when there wasn't any of this. that you couldn't just podcast about hip hop, or you couldn't just have, you know what I mean, have media like this. So what they've done is they've placed people in. It's like having content cops. Straight up. Let's just put cops on the inside. It's pretty crazy, man. So I think Wack's got all of the game's money, or at least most of it. You know what I mean? They're not stupid enough to put it all in Wack's name. They probably got it moved around in different shell companies. I guarantee it. That's why you see Wack always saying incredible diapers. Incredible diapers. The motherfucking company ain't moving nothing. The motherfucking company ain't moving nothing. So what if Wack's the handler? He promoted to the content cop, involved in 3 different indictments. Insane, bro. Insane, man. Insane. The courts found out about the shell companies.
The court that the game would not be present that day and had an oral motion for I wanted to talk to you nicely. The game, get the fuck out of here. Rainey, I'm trying to talk to you. The game, fuck off this bus. Rainey, what's going on with you? Taylor.
It's bad.
The royalties that he was getting, the game, was going through Fifth Amendment and into JTT Holdings. The game opened up 2 bank accounts in JTT Holdings' name, and that's where all of his money was going. And he was doing personal purchases such as food, paying his rent, doing this, that, and the third, whatever he was paying. I'm saying that as an example, but he was using the JTT Holdings accounts to take care of his personal business. But it was being funneled through Fifth Amendment into JTT Holdings, F12 and Associates. And
so that's fraud. So it's wire fraud. That's fraud, bro. That's fraud. Wack lives in a 1. Damn.
Pass go to win. So this is what
I
happened.
live in a 1, but I'm just me.
So now we move ourselves right on over here to the recent court docs. Okay. We're going to pull up the recent court docs. Now you're going to see some court docs here.
He has one. Okay. I could believe it.
All right.
Hey, these are just my opinions, man. I'm not in LA.
Once they did all of that, I'm just giving you a refresher. Again, I will make sure that I play the videos for y'all tomorrow.
We need to take back our goddamn fucking genre. This shit
Let's
is
get
weird.
to these docs. So this court doc right here is an order for injunction, okay? And this is where Priscilla Rainey's legal team was able to figure out when she moved her case, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself. When she moved her case from out there in Chicago,
Yeah, Reggie does too.
To California.
It comes down the line. You know what it is?
Her lawyers.
I don't want to be. Here's the problem with me, man. I don't want to fucking be too correct, and then bitches get on me. Hey, shut the fuck up, because I don't fuck all that. You think Reggie got a handler? He has to. I think it has to come down some sort of line. It's probably a group of minds meeting to do what they want to do.
We're able to track down how all of this money
straight up
was being funneled around. And this is the court doc here.
So
okay. And it was ordered. And this court doc is dated December 21st, 2023. And it's a final judgment and permanent injunction. And it says it is ordered, adjudged, and decreed Rainey is awarded judgment on the first cause of action of alter ego liability against defendants Taylor and JTT Holdings. JTT Holdings and Taylor are declared alter egos of each other and liable for Rainey's judgment against Taylor, entered in the matter entitled Priscilla Rainey versus Jason Taylor, aka The Game. Rainey was
they did Suge like they did OJ, bro. They did Suge like they did OJ. They went at Suge until they got him on something. They went at OJ until they was able to get him on something. And it'd be dumb shit.
Awarded judgment on the second cause of action of alter ego against defendants Taylor and F12. F12 and Taylor are declared alter egos of one another and liable for the underlying judgment. Rainey is awarded judgment on the third cause of actions for voidable transactions pursuant to Uniform Voidable Transactions Act against defendants Jones, Taylor, and JTT Holdings, which are the three people, the three places that house went through.
Off here soon, and I'm gonna do another live.
Rainey is with legal description as set forth in the attached exhibit A. The property is set aside and rendered void in the extent necessary to satisfy the underlying judgment against Taylor. Following entry of this judgment, legal title shall be deemed to be held by JTT Holdings as to Rainey. Okay, so that's where we get into JTT Holdings having the.
So what? The Game's getting ready to face a fucking what? Fraud cases? The Game getting ready to face fraud cases for not paying this woman? Just give her the fucking money. Oh, the Game ain't got $7 million, huh? I told y'all he was broke. Before we go up here and say, y'all, Game ain't broke. The Game ain't broke. Game broke as fuck, bro. The Game is broke as fuck. If he's hiding money because he can't pay a $7 million bill, that motherfucker ain't got motherfucking money, man. He don't have it. They want a big U out of here, either because they was scared to move through Los Angeles because of the things Big U put on. Hey, you see this motherfucker? Get him. We don't know. But if it ain't for Big U, bro, check this out. If Big U has nothing to do with the murder that happened with these kids, Big U got fucked. Right on, I appreciate you. Hey, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for like this dumb shit that with the murders, who knows? Maybe he'll prove his innocence. Big U got taken down by a fucking bunch of people on YouTube because Wack on Hunter got a hair up his ass. I hate you, Big U. He went on a Big U hate campaign. That's crazy, bro. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. I will be back later. We'll be covering more of this bullshit because I'm guarantee you we're gonna uncover more. I'm guarantee you. This just keeps exploding every fucking day, bro. Y'all have a beautiful day, man. I appreciate y'all. Hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, get me over 1,000. I appreciate y'all.
Gon' come with safety. The only time I'm safe is when I'm dangerous. Posted in the 30 with this 30, trying to leave them brainless. We still in the jets, exactly where them boys say we ain't hanging. Put cheese on my head, I come collect that shit. You think I'm playing? Trouble hop out busting at it, brother. Miss you know I'm hitting. We got O's and Bo's in here, and we got wood cook in the kitchen. If I say go get them, they go get them. Young boy fingers itching, fingers squeezing on the trigger. They heard all them glitches. Money, man, I run it up. If I fall off, I'm poking shit. Told that bitch quit asking questions. I hate all that notice shit. We some shots the whole year round, no ring around the road and shit. Mala bro, he makes you vanish, he with hocus pocus shit. Chopper bust, they hit the ground, it's too many sticks around. We known to get greasy, pussy, don't you have your bitch around. Switch up on this bitch, I catch them deep, get a whole click around. Put us in the midst of shit that we ain't do, we spinning now. Bitch keep tryna tell me slide, think she tryna set the pick. Other hoes been tripping, texting my bitch on that messy shit. Left a bro out there with his brains out, yeah, that's that messy shit. Bought another Glock, let's